staring at? It's a lot.
Okay, so the interior, there is a lot going on. It's simple, but it's complex. So the cage is custom made by me. I make the cages a little bit different than your standard, like X bars. Also, I'm 6 feet tall, so I got to add a little bit more room, especially getting in and out. So you'll notice the door bars swing out. I make them go all the way to the skin of the door. So you start with the cage. It's a pretty wild cage. It's what I call a unicage. So I have gussets going from the A pillar all the way down to the B pillar, and it just adds the extra rigidity. This car it's stiff. The Race Tech seats here, and then we have the OMP 6-point harness. We have the tilt and pedal setup, and that's all floor mounted. It's all custom mounts made by myself. Like I said, everything made by myself. Hybrid racing shifter. We have a full PDM system by Rywire.
Nice.
So it controls the whole car. It's really basic, small box, all brand new chassis wiring harness. So from front to back, it's all brand new wiring made by Rywire. And then you have the Honda K Pro, and then everything reads off the Ames display.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
And you did the dashboard as well? Or
yeah.
What you would call a dashboard.
Yeah, sorry, I guess I missed that. So that's a basic aluminum dashboard, and then I had my friend Ramel wrap it in just suede with the red stitching to match the seats. So we use the same stitching as we do on the seats. And we just put, one basic stitch down. And if you notice, I kind of incorporate my logo in most of the things I make. So you even have that in the dash. You have it right here on the door supports, pretty much everywhere, since I make everything, so.
Pretty awesome touch.
Thank you.
Cool. What color did you end up going with the interior?
The interior, I couldn't tell you a specific color, honestly. It was just kind of a color that I picked from the swatch. It's just a gray. It was just,
right.
From the swatch, that's what I picked.
And then you did obviously all the fab for the cell and
everything. So that whole back floor, that was all cut out, like I said, for the center exit exhaust. And then I had to rebuild the back floor, and I bead rolled some of it for extra strength. And then for the fuel cell, I made like a little cage for it, and then I dropped it as low as possible.
All stuff that we can't see. That's
crazy. Yeah. There's a lot on this car that you don't see that, it sucks, but you don't ever want to build a car for only stuff that you can see.
Right.
Like, you got to build a car for yourself.
Yeah.
So that's where you're at.
Cool.
Let's see.
Seems very light.
It's too light.
It's too light?
Yeah, it feels like it's going to break.
I'll probably hold it while you...
It won't go anywhere, but...
Are you sure?
Hey, if you want.
I'll hold it.
Okay.
I'll do Peter shots. So tell us, what are we staring at?
So this is a basic K20 Type R engine. It's bone stock as far as internal goes. So you just have your K20 swap parts, which are, your Hotsport mounts, and then all the checkered sports stuff. So which is my brand again. I have my EP3 AC, power steering, delete, fuel rail system, gauge, oil cap, ignition coil cover, titanium intake to match the titanium exhaust. Then we have the Rywire tucked radiator, all AN hoses. It's pretty basic stuff as far as for the engine setup. I don't like to get too crazy. Like I said, I also like to drive my cars on the street. So I like to keep them pretty simple and reliable.
So it's pretty much stock, you said, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the internals are stock.
What are the future plans for it?
For the engine, nothing. Nothing at all. Just maintenance. And then if you look at the engine bay, there's actually a lot of hours into it. As you can tell, the only things on this firewall are the mil-spec plug, and then you have your cables coming out, the shifter cables. But besides that, there is nothing on that firewall. And everything's shaved and gusseted, reinforced. I integrated a strut tower brace here and reinforced that firewall, connected it all together. And then back to like I was saying, I incorporated the external reservoirs, like kind of like a pre-runner truck.
And then all these details right here on the bay as well.
Yeah, so this is all metal work. The front, it actually gets crazy when you pull the bumper off. It's all fully boxed and dimpled metal fabrication.
Quite the craftsmanship.
Thank you.
Transmission stock as well?
Yeah, bone stock, just the Exetti clutch, you know, stage 1. Like I said, I keep the engine simple, keep it simple and reliable. K20R, it's always been one of my favorites. Plenty of power for road course.
And then this engine mount is all you, right?
No, that's a Hossport mount. So that's a Hossport.
And this has as well?
Yeah, so
okay.
That's the whole kit.
Oh, okay.
That's the newer EG K2 mount. So it's got the dual height. You can go higher or lower on the engine depending on how you like to run it.
Got it. The reservoirs. Super clean.
It's all titanium, checkered sports hardware everywhere.
Why did you choose the K?
I've had so many Ks. It's just my favorite. Like I said, it's like my favorite engine. Pretty much you could build a B series and, you know, probably get, you can get this much power easily out of B series, but why build one when you can have it out of the box? Plus with the K20 Type R transmission, you can't go wrong with that.
There's just so many stuff. Trying to get everything, but
yeah, that's what I was saying. The more you look at it, the more detail you find. If you notice the checkered sports logo in the back of the firewall.
yeah, I noticed that right away. Who thinks of that? You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty cool. And even if you think about it, to execute it, that's a different ballgame.
Yeah, I didn't want it like popping out like a different color. I wanted it kind of subtle, but I wanted it there, you know.
What kind of radiator are you running?
That's the Rywire tucked radiator.
Oh, okay.
And that one's actually mounted with my mounts that I made. So that's why it's at an angle. So normally it comes with your L brackets. This one I actually incorporated the mounts. It's kind of hard to see, but I incorporated the mounts to where it would block the rest of the air from going this way, and it directs the air into the radiator.
Gotcha. Keeps it very cool.